We're all hearing the buzz about the latest Facebook algorithm change, and it's causing a lot of business page owners to freak out. But don't believe the hype. Listen in for some tips to stay relevant. So what this is all about today is, as many of you have heard, there's a lot of hype going on around the changes that the Facebook algorithm is presenting to us all. As Facebook page owners, this can be a little scary. So I want to come on here today to let you know not to get too scooped up into all the hype that is out there, so that you can understand that Facebook is still a great place to be as a Facebook page owner, as a business owner, and give you a little insight into why the algorithm is changing the way it is and what it means to us as business owners who use Facebook pages, as well as users who consume content on Facebook. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for joining me today. So what I'll start off with saying is that the Facebook algorithm has actually been changing for quite some time. I've already been getting a lot of questions, phone calls, emails about, Sue, why is my reach dropping? A few weeks ago, 300 people saw my post. Now this week, only 4. What's going on? So yes, as a business page owner, you are very likely to see your organic reach start to drop. What's happening now is that Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook are trying to create a better experience for the consumer on Facebook. There have been a lot of things in the news lately about the things that cause us as general Facebook consumers stress and anxiety and actual unhappiness when it comes to using Facebook. I've heard from a lot of clients, you know what, Facebook is just turning into a bunch of junk. There's a lot of angry posts. There's all of these things going on that make me want to leave Facebook as a consumer. So of course, Facebook doesn't want us to do that. So one side of the coin is that Facebook is changing the algorithm to feed to us as consumers more of what they believe we would like to see. And that is things from our friends, from our families, things that we already engage with. And that's already been a big part of the algorithm, is the things that we already engage with. Now, what that does mean, however, though, is they push things further towards what we see from friends and family and things we typically engage with, which might be those posts of granddaughters and siblings and babies and dogs, that, yes, we may start to see less of the pages we follow. Now, as a consumer, that might be great. As a page owner, that may raise a lot of red flags. And I will tell you right out of the gate that it's time to pay to play. And Facebook and all of social media has been great to use over the years. And back in the earlier days when I started doing this in 2009, it was awesome to be able to have a free platform to share your voice, grow awareness for your brand, and get leads. But it is marketing. And so today we need to look at it as that, an investment in our marketing. However, on Facebook, you can advertise for as little as $1 a day per campaign. So think about that. That's still quite a budget, a great budget that we can look at to start to test our market and extend our reach. So as a Facebook page owner, don't worry that Facebook is dead. It is definitely not dead. There are still ways to compete. So one of the things that you can do is to let people know to see your page first. So there's a setting on all of the Facebook pages where if you click that little down arrow where it says follow, you can set it up so that you see first. So if you know that there's a page you want to make sure you see content from, or if you're working with clients or speaking, let people know. If you want to still see my page in your newsfeed, go ahead and click that See First button on the Facebook page. So the next thing you can also do under that same feature is if you do something like this, going live on Facebook, you can click a button that notifies you so that you know when somebody has gone live. So if I decide I'm going to start doing this every Friday at 10:30 or 11:30 a.m. Central Time, what I can do is let people know, hey, in case you're not on, make sure you get notified. You can go ahead and click that button within that follow menu and say, alert me when Sue goes live. So let people know. Do a blog post, do an email newsletter, and let people know to see your post first and to make sure to get notified when you go live. Those will be really important factors. Now, talking about going live, not everybody is very comfortable with this. And I'll tell you, I've been telling my clients for so long, you've got to go live, you've got to do video. But it can be uncomfortable for me as well. It's something to get used to, and it's a great way to stand out. So
Some ideas you can use are start with video that you record ahead of time. That way you can practice, you can get comfortable with it, and share that on Facebook, on your Facebook page, because video gets exceptional more reach and engagement than any regular post. There's actually a statistic that says Facebook live video gets 1,200% more shares than a regular text-based post. So that just goes to show how important the video component can be to your Facebook strategy. Now, the other part of that is that Facebook is really pushing for episodic content in video. So, of course, the more you share video and the more consistent you are with it, the more points you're going to get in the Facebook algorithm, which means in spite of the algorithm changes, you will still possibly get featured in the news feeds of the people that follow you. So really what it's all about is using Facebook in the ways that they're trying to create a positive experience for people. So that's focusing on visual media, especially video. That's making sure that you have excellent content, not just posting for the sake of posting, but posting the things that your audience really wants to see. And why is that important and how do they know? Because every action we take on Facebook is tracked. That's metadata. That's what feeds into the algorithm that tells it. Sue has interacted with this page every day. She shares, she comments. That means she likes it. We're going to show her more of that. So if you're not sharing content that your audience really cares about and you're just doing it to get it out there, they're not going to engage with it, comment on it, and share it. And that's what we want to happen to increase our weight in that algorithm. So be mindful about what you're sharing and do some research. Go to other Facebook pages that are like companies like yours and research what are they sharing, what does well, what is their audience talking about, and what are the questions that they're asking so that you can guide your content to create a better experience for your audience as it grows. Now, I said earlier also that we are in the world of pay to play now. And in some platforms, that may not be the best experience, or that may be something that we don't have a budget for. But Facebook allows you to advertise for as little as $1 a day per campaign. So what does that mean? That means if I do a post boost, and I want to make sure more people see it. So I'll go back real quick to anyone who maybe doesn't know exactly what a post boost is, but because of the changes, we're not seeing as much organic reach. I can put money toward a post and boost it so that gets more reach in the newsfeed than it otherwise would without putting money behind it. So if I do that, let's say I want a post that I share to go out to more people and gain more reach over the course of a week. I could boost it for an entire week for only $1 a day. And you can actually see some exceptional shifts in how many people see that content and how many people engage with that content. So don't worry about the pay to play kind of being a requirement now, because you can really do it on a great budget in Facebook. The other thing you can do is advertise to get likes to your page. And you want this to be quality. So you want to have a highly targeted audience for this. I will do another Facebook Live on audience targeting another time, because we can get into a whole another wealth of information and tips for this. But what you want to do is make sure that if you're advertising to get likes to your page, that you're doing it in a targeted fashion. That as well, you can do for as little as $1 a day. So let's say, for example, you had a budget of $100. You could put $1 a day on getting likes to your page, and then you could use the other $60 to make sure that a couple of posts that you do every week get more reach and following your engagement and in that algorithm. So it's really important to consider those things. So let's see, we have a question here. Can I use a Facebook Live as the post? Absolutely, you can do that. And a great thing to do with Facebook Live is once you're done with the live, the Facebook Live will stay out there as a post, as long as you don't change the setting to take it off of your newsfeed once it's done. Excuse me, it's getting over a little bug here, so got a little frog in the throat there. So the other thing you can do after a Facebook Live is done is you can also download that file. So many great things about that. One, though, to answer your question, is that you could download that file, and then what you could do is edit it with an intro. So have a little savvy intro that talks about what the Facebook Live is about, and maybe your logo and a picture of you. And then you can add an outro or a close image that has a call to action or something else that can also drive traffic to perhaps another live, an offering that you have, or your website. So you can use Facebook Live in several ways, and that's a great opportunity with downloading it. Take that raw file, manipulate it in a way that makes it even more sophisticated and great looking. Go ahead and put that back up as a Facebook post, and then you can boost that post. So that's a great way to use it. Once you've got that, you can also repurpose that to LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, if it's sized short enough. So those are some great options that you can do with Facebook Live. Great question, Joe. So for those of you just joining, hey, Brendan, how are you? So these are a few top tips on the Facebook algorithm change. To summarize things up real quick here, Facebook is not dead. So don't believe the hype, don't get into the freak out, but think about the things that you can do to still stand out and make Facebook a great experience for your audience. So those things that I went through today, make sure to do the see first and get alerted for Facebook Lives and tell your following to do that on your page. 2, experiment with excellent visual media and really start to get comfortable with video, doing recorded videos, Facebook Lives. And 3rd, start to take advantage of the advertising opportunities that Facebook has. It's really exceptional. Try some post boosts, try to do some acquisition ads to gain following your page, and then ask of them, what do they want to see? So stay at it, keep using your page. It is the only place on Facebook right now that you can do advertising and get the really deep analytics that you can get, which is so important to your business marketing plan. So I'm going to share this, and I'll do a post boost on this one too, so that more people can see, and we'll get some questions to take with us to another Facebook Live. So I'm going to try and commit to doing this weekly as well. So stay tuned, ask me any other questions, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend.